Hello and welcome back to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Last time we successfully dealt with the problems on Janus. We took out the Eldari who were trying to agitate the rebels to go and try to kill everyone else. And then we also dealt with Vistenza Viet, the governor, who, in my opinion, I don't know if that's exactly how it was going down or what, but there was Slaanesh corruption happening, and her first mate, whatever you want to call her, Amelia, handmaiden, she happened to be part of that group. And Amelia killed Vistenza, and then ran back and got the rest of the back room to try to fight us, but we took it out. And we appointed some new stuff, like with the projects and all that. So we should be good to go now. Let me double check. Genius. It didn't get that bonus unless it's because it wasn't around. Is either that or I give it to a different planet and it's just not here. I'm not sure how this exactly works out with the resources here. Janus is giving one every so often. I don't know if it's every so often or what. Yep, Janus gave one, but Kiava Gamma took one. I actually have to still figure this out because I do not understand the resources. If it's a one-time thing, supposedly efficiency is supposed to be there to help boost how fast the products come out, but I don't think I've actually been getting said products. Besides maybe weapons, I'm not sure. Anywho, yeah, we got one going here, getting ready. Got one getting ready here and one here, so everything's doing its own thing. Got very low security on my worlds, I just noticed, but it's whatever. Oh, okay. And now we're gonna learn Yurliat's story about the Eldari and herself and all that, so...
Elantak, what do you wish to talk about?
How did you come on to be on Janus?
The children of Asurion sought shelter on the Lilithon after the demise of our craft world, our Kruderak. I arrived later, looking for traces of my kin and hoping to learn the fate of my world. They witnessed the baneful ignorance of your breed and began to weave a web of their own intrigues in which I played the role of Vistenza Viat's aide. And then you appeared.
Tell me about yourself. Who were you before you came to Janus?
I followed my path. Do you know what a path is to the children of Asurion? It is more than a chosen, what do you call it, craft. The path is how each of us moves through the labyrinth of existence, inside and out, in life and in spirit. It is both a journey and a fortress. It protects us from she who thirsts. To stray from the path is to fall into her dark embrace. The first path I walked was the path of awakening. It granted me the ability not merely to look, but to see, and to take notice of what I saw. My second path could have been that of a warrior, but I chose differently. For the ability to see called me beyond the boundaries of my homeworld. Though not everyone was pleased by this decision, I stepped onto the path of the outcast. I gained the freedom to choose, to question, To doubt where the others merely bow before the wisdom of a farseer who dictates the will of destiny. And I will follow my path until I reach its pinnacle.
What is it like for you being on my ship?
It feels like I am in the belly of a bird with steel wings. Cold and unliving, but stubbornly blazing through the dark. It lacks life with its light and beauty, but although your vessel cannot even remotely be compared to a craft world,
That's
I
true.
feel strangely satisfied. We, the Assyriani, are born and dwell on craft worlds. To find myself on a moving world again, even one such as yours, is a source of much joy.
Well, I'm glad.
The words of truth sound like music. This is what our people say.
Tell me about your kin and your homeworld.
I refuse to discuss this with a monkey.
Okay.
We are but traveling companions who happen to be following the same road among the stars.
Not bad.
Do not even try to get under my skin. It will not work.
I was just trying to get to know you, my bad. What do you think is happening on Janus right now?
The Lilithon is purifying herself of the corruption brought by the servants of Cylon Thrash. Gardens and birds, animals and people. Many are gone forever, and even more are corrupted beyond healing. But the Lilithon is stronger. This world will live. Under the watchful eye of my kin, the Lilithon could have regained her freedom, perhaps even awoken from her centuries of slumber. Could have. But now we will never know.
Well, it's not my fault. I tried to talk to him. Why did you agree to join me? Is it not strange for an Eldari to be following a human?
The outcasts my path led me to had a saying. Let me translate it for you. If you fall off a cliff, grab the roots and do not ask if they belong to a weed or a noble rosebush. You are the root I grabbed, Ilantak, because I fell off a cliff. My homeworld is gone. My kin are either dead or hiding no one knows where. By joining forces with you, I may be able to nurture a seedling of the truth I so deeply yearn for.
Alrighty. Maybe if we get better relationship with you, we'll be able to talk about the Eldari more.
Lord Captain,
Just seeing what everyone has to say. So far, nothing new.
You wish to know about me? You will hear no objection from me, Lord Cap.
Probably a good time to go talk to Idira because we haven't talked to her pretty much since the incident.
All right, let's hear what they're whispering about you. I'm
Nothing
sorry,
new.
Lord.
Okay.
Take heed, Nemo. Our blessed Domin.
Not Nemo.
May the Exalted One protect you. Have you grown bored without our little... The youngest... Already...
Nothing here. Pascal, move back up here.
The Omnissiah knows the request is acknowledged.
Alright, well, I think we can go now. That's what overpenetration is. What's here? Cursor. It doesn't tell me. I gotta look quickly. System, Speculo, Omicron, anywhere around there. Is that it? Yeah. This is Voyage of the Casbilican ship. I did not explore a planet in here. Save Eldari survivors. And then I can make my way this way. That's where Dargonis is. Pilgrim's Way, star that guides us. Need to go there. That didn't work. Okay, the tranquility of the warp jump was disturbed by reports of frightening sounds and visions that descended upon the crew. Hundreds of people reported knocking and screaming behind the bulkheads of the void vessel. The sound of nails scratching against the hull and the elongated Eldari like shadows thrashing about the long passageways. The phenomena were most prominent in the far corner of the officer's deck where the new Lord Captain's companion named Yurliet had made her home. Interesting. Colony Foulstone began a new stage of development. My apologies, Lord Captain. The enforcers report that your pet Eldari is in a foul mood and is moving towards the captain's bridge. We didn't dare to stop her, but I expect you have a difficult conversation ahead of you. What now? What'd I do? Hello there.
Please spare me a brief moment of your time, Elantak. Assyrion knows that I do not care about the curious glances of Monkey. I grew inured to them back in the blossoming gardens of the Lilithon. They curse me from afar. They follow my every move. They ward themselves against me. Let them. After all, what can be done with such weak-minded, primitive creatures?
Okay, chill.
And still, one monkey stunt has caused the cup of my patience to spill over. She dared to approach me, to speak to me, and touching my hand, she suggested that we withdraw somewhere private. She wanted... Morag. The mere memory of it stirs up a tempest in my soul.
Where Were you truly so offended by it?
Try to imagine, Elantark, being lusted after by a wild beast. It is foul, disgusting, so vile that it makes your very soul shudder.
So I don't stand a chance either then? Nah. Yeah, I understand that this incident has been unpleasant for you, but it does not mean that all humans are animals.
No. Your kind's simple souls and narrow minds are the root of all these flaws.
Okay, bro.
Narrow minds and simple souls. Every day, I feel as if I am caught in a trap, surrounded by a pack of wild animals. I am prepared to pay this price to find my kin, but everything has its limit.
Yeah, perhaps you would stop insulting the human race after each turn.
Your species is sensitive to the truth. I will have to remember that.
No, it's just a little common respect. I think you would shoot me if I was talking shit about the Eldari. I do not think you fully understand human thoughts and actions. It will take time, but I can help you make sense of them.
I have walked the path of awakening, Elantark, and learned to see that which is hidden and hear that which is unspoken. When I found myself on the Lilithon, I watched your kind long enough to understand the true nature of Monkey. I do not think you can tell me anything I do not already know. Nevertheless, I will not protest. Conversations with you are the only thing on this ship that can ease my solitude.
You are a Xenos, a strange and unknown creature, and humans strive to understand the unknown, for the unknown is the most frightening thing of all.
Had any of them wished to understand my nature, they would have already run away in fear from one who walks the path of the outcast. But they are just trying to provoke me, hurt me. No. Monkey are driven by their instincts. To survive, to breed, to ensure the preservation of their species and the annihilation of those who threaten them. It is neither good nor bad. It simply is.
Sometimes we struggle to understand the motives behind our own actions.
It was emotions that once brought down my kind, Elantark, toppling us from our pedestal as rulers of the galaxy. Indulging your weaknesses or whims does not make your species any more attractive.
All humans are different. My people's interest in you was not intended to be an insult.
Elantark, please understand that I do not find Monkey attractive. The mere thought of being intimate with one of your kind. Our conversation has only proved my point, Elantark, that Monkey and the children of Osirian are as different as night and day. Eldari do not simply see the world differently. They see more than any monkey can ever comprehend.
And what do you see that I can't?
What do I see? Your words ring with the desire to know the soul of another. But will you be able to comprehend my answer?
Contrive.
I will need time to put the entire truth of this world into the meager language to which your ears are accustomed. When I find my answer, I will pay you a visit.
Okay, so that was just you being racist. I bring woeful news. Prillet Hectartius of the Order of the Hammer has passed away. Immediately after the launch of the orbital Vox Spire, he entered the halls of recording, and having sat on the command throne, was granted a vision. For over 3 days, Prelate Hectartius preached about Saint Cognatius being reincarnated in a body made from the saint's own holy relics. This spiritual feat depleted Prelate Hectartius' strength, and he peacefully departed for the emperor's throne shortly after the sermon's conclusion. The order's elders believe that this is a sign that Saint Cognatius' relics, currently stored on planets throughout the expanse, might be brought together. The order is preparing for the election of a new prelate, under whose guidance it will undertake this holy mission. The majority of the votes are divided between Prioress Lugnalia, well known for her fervor, and the merciful Cellular Tychon. The minority of the order sees the Oconomus Nigmus, a humble and reasonable man, as their prelate. Does Prelate Hectartius' death not strike you as odd? I'm afraid it does not. The esteemed Hectartius began his service as a battle missionary, and has long grown weary of the peaceful life befitting a man of his status. He yearned for a worthy spiritual feat, and when presented with the chance to serve as the voice of a saint, he gave what little strength remained. When he died, he was exhausted but content. How does the order intend to carry out St. Cognatius' mission? The conclave aims to procure all the relics that once belonged to St. Cognatius, all that can possibly be procured. Given that the saint is a legendary figure, many items in the Coronis expanse have an alleged connection to him. However, it seems unlikely that any of the relic's owners will be eager to part with them. The answer to the question of how the Order of the Hammer is going to retrieve them depends on the identity of the next prelate. I want to know more about the candidates. Prioress Lugnalia was converted by Hectartius on one of the heathen worlds. She then served as his bodyguard for many years, and eventually became the protector of the Order's reliquary and the leader of the military branch. As for Brother Tychon, he is an aristocrat by birth. He had an excellent education and could have lived in luxury, had he not renounced secular life for the sake of ascetic vows. He is intelligent, thoughtful, well-read, and most importantly, genuinely merciful. I like the sound Tychon. Few things can be said about Oconomus Nigmus. He has never been famous for his prowess in battle or his sermons, but the monastery has never wanted for anything on his watch. He is the most reasonable and unobtrusive individual. Problem is, if he's not good at anything, but somehow he's been providing very well, is that him, or is that chaos helping him, or something else? Because that doesn't make sense. What will my companions say? I have sympathy for Prioress Lugnalia. Let her meet with Reverend Hieronymus on footfall. Should he accept her as a worthy leader, we ought to support her. A careful and sensible Oconomus sounds like a safer bet to me than a fanatic or a clever aristocrat. The voices say that he has a few paltry secrets, and knowledge of those secrets guarantees us his loyalty. Brother Tychon, he and I have met back when he was called Tychon Drivestem, and he wasn't a monk back then. He was a grandson and heir to Urbend, governor of Dargonus, an honorable young man with a spark in his eyes. His ascension would mean much to the Drivestems. If I let Lignalia go, we get 5,000 RP. House drive some things. Since we provide to akin. Idira uncovers some of Nigmus's little secrets. I need an obedient prelate. At the start of each battle, the rogue trader's party gains plus 10 momentum. Is this Foulstone? I think I need efficiency, but I don't see that here. I don't know. I feel like the guy who should be in charge of all the political stuff and the sermons and all that is someone who does that already, is well read, and just knows how to do things. I would say, Abelard, see to it that House Drive Stem thanks us for the assistance we provided their kin. Will do. I bet Urbend never thought the boy would be of any use to the family. Now we will have to endure a decade of him boasting about the drive stem blood that always strives for great heights. Brother Tychon has been chosen as the prelate of the Order of the Hammer. Peaceful emissaries departed from Foulstone for many planets to form alliances and reinforce spiritual ties with the holders of St. Cognatius's relics. This diplomatic mission will undoubtedly require sizable financial aid. House Drivestem has been informed of the honor granted to their family and has humbly requested to cover all expenses related to Prelate Tychon's endeavors. That seemed to go well. Now I just need either people and mechanisms. Which one am I looking for? This is damage against demons. What was this one doing? Plus 10 bonus to stuff when I get attacked on my ship, and security for all planets. Accuser of Sin, that was like... They can shoot... No, that was the backpack I'm thinking of. Charge does more damage. That could be good on Abelard. And gives us profit factor, some with the Drusians, and a lot of complacency. This gives us efficiency, security, complacency, profit factor, and a cool hammer. Well, we'll have to see when we get there. Got profit factor, efficiency, and the thingy. So do I go for this? Some phlogiston for mechanisms? I feel like I need mechanisms right now. That would make it so I can do this. And everything gets efficiency, which is what we're lacking on a lot of stuff. So mag trains. Planet's manufactorums are only as efficient as its logistical system. Lex mechanics predict a major growth in the world's overall manufacturing outpost if haulers and airships make way for powerful mag trains speeding along a web of long-distance railways. And Janus is still going. Uh-oh, she's gone. Where'd you go? All the way back here.
Elantak.
Strange and blasphemous things started happening during the first warp voyage with you on board. The crew are whispering that you may be the reason. Is this true?
The minions of She Who Thirsts could sense my soul behind the thick walls and thin veil that separate your fragile lives from the roiling fury outside. Child of Assyrian that dared to wander beyond the veil, within the reach of an outstretched claw, protected only by the barrier of unreliable monkey technology. It is too tempting a quarry for the monsters that serve Cylon Thresh. Our ships never venture beyond the Veil. And I never traveled the way you do, monkey. Ilantak, I admit this was a novel experience. I lost composure, let dismay into my heart, and almost strayed from the path. This moment of hesitation drew the attention of she who thirsts. But I summoned my will and used the knowledge of meditation to achieve balance, and hide my soul behind an impenetrable wall of resolve. Future journeys beyond the Veil will still be difficult, but I will steel my heart and not let the hounds of Cylon Thresh pick up my scent ever again.
Okay.
What do you wish to talk about?
Once...
The first...
Dang, I remember there was,
The words of truth sound like music. This is what
there was stuff before, like, conversation options I didn't pick because the episode ended, but I guess, that was a one-time thing. So I missed out on it. That's sad. Oh, cool. Prelate Tychon of the Order of the Hammer, which is to send messengers to worlds that serve as the resting places of Saint Cognatius's relics to form spiritual bonds with their current keepers. So we get 5,000 relationship points with everything. Okay. Two for 3. Okay. Let's go to Muro 79. Exploratory void station. Before I do that, I did get some new ship parts I saw. 3 doing 33. Three doing 21. Yeah. 14. Blah blah blah. 12. Text of some. I gain 5 or 9 points of damage on the 4 and 5 on all others. I think 4 is the front. This does 7 on the port and starboard and 3 on that. So that's 14 plus 6. That's 20. With this is 9 plus 15, which is 24. So this is altogether more, I guess. Okay. $17. You do 121. You're actually a little bit better, I guess. $85 with that. Speediest reload and torpedo, but this just gives me both. This is a little bit more. Then we got Shield Master 140, which is, yeah, crazy. We got 105 for here. 80 and 100. That's good. I don't know if I want to deal with the unknown ships yet. Prisoners of Ice. A strange and frightening discovery was made at one of the sites on this frozen world. Countless human bodies suspended in the clear ice of a glacier. The bodies showed no signs of injury. It was as if they dived into liquid water the moment before it turned to solid ice, freezing them in place with their eyes wide open and their hair fanning out behind them. Searches uncovered nothing that could explain this mystery. Okay. Let's go over here. I guess I don't got enough torpedoes. When the rogue trader's ship approaches the Adeptus Mechanicus void station, it is met with the hostile scrutiny of the station's defense lasers. An explorator Lex Mechanic, who introduces himself as Service Unit 42, dispassionately inquires how the station could be of use to the rogue trader. Trade of resources. Give trans uranium elements some fuel. Give fuel. Got guns in exchange for fuel. Okay. Propose a trade of resources with the explorators. Oh, I didn't read that. The station thanks the rogue trader for his cooperation and presents him with several containers of unused reserves as a token of his gratitude. Upon consulting the data from the station's main cogitator, Lex Mechanic Service Unit 42 confirms that the station requires rare transuranium elements or natural gas for research of an undisclosed nature. For its part, the station cannot offer the rogue trader anything in exchange at the moment, but the Adeptus Mechanicus representative on Footfall will certainly repay him for his aid. So fuel for stuff, okay. We got more chemicals. I just noticed that. I don't got enough for these. I still need people. So... Oh, the mag trains are already done. Okay. What do we want now? Giants to give us a bunch of extractions, profit factor, and a contract. This for efficiency on all planets. This for iconoclast and that. Well, I feel like I want this. This will help us the quickest, I believe, with the efficiency, and also we get servitors to help us on battle on the ship in case of warp events, which does happen quite frequently. So I'll take this. Flawless servitors. A servitor is superior to an ordinary worker in every way, being efficient, durable, and devoid of service irrelevant brain processes. Kiava Gamma will have the capacity to provide the entire Protectorate with servants of flesh and metal. Once given appropriate amounts of human raw materials, the new production line will be deployed at an ancient and venerated workshop decommissioned for preservation years ago by Lady Theodora's order. I mean, it works. We'll do it. That'll give us the stuff to do it. Your Lordship, there are alarming reports coming from Janus. A number of strange mutations have been spotted among the population in remote agri-complexes. Aside from the obvious disfigurement and the subsequent estrangement, these mutants, called wretches by the rest of the colonists, are coming together to practice a primitive form of religion involving ritual worship of the land. While they display no disobedience or hostility, their very existence is concerning. The Janus nobility humbly awaits your decision. What do we know about these wretches? Their mutations cause the loss of skin pigment and the shedding of hair. Some have started developing a translucent third eyelid similar to that of reptiles. Others have succumbed to progressive atrophy of the larynx, causing the loss of human speech. At the same time, their tendons become denser and more elastic, providing increased endurance and load resistance. The wretches are commonly ostracized due to their grotesque appearance. There haven't been too many cases of mob justice yet, but they will become commonplace after the mutations' deformities become more obvious. The wretches tend to form groups with similarly afflicted people. Their average level of intellect is low. They all belong to the labor caste and communicate among themselves using a primitive vernacular of their own invention. As for their barbaric religion, they are defying both the soil and Janus itself. Deifying both the soil and Janus itself. To them, working in agri-complexes is a form of worship, which has a positive impact on productivity. What do my advisors say? I saw your agents pick recordings, the signs these monkeys leave behind, their idols, and I cannot deny a connection, though a pathetic and extremely abstract one, to the symbols of my people. Their guttural prayers echo the sounds of the children of Azerion's speech. The probability of them having come into such close contact with our civilization is non-existent, yet they are still somehow connected. Protect these people, resettle them to distant abodes where they will not be harmed for their peculiarities, and keep watch. Someday the truth may be revealed. The blessed sanction of the Imperium does not grace these mutants, but nor does it declare their existence anathema. Should we sentence them without further study? There are mutants whose existence is fully sanctioned, such as ogrins, ratlings, pariahs, pelagers, felonids, or troths. Our library had many treatises on the genitor's craft, and I could impart some of that knowledge to your servants, purely theoretical, of course. I do know ogrins and ratlings. Ogrins are basically big, brute, dumb, ogre-like humans that are really strong and tough, but they are very dumb as well. And they're usually used as like shock troops and all that, I know that. Ratlings are like little rat people, and they use warp, fire, and stone to like make guns and all that. It's pretty cool, actually. But they are kind of a pest. And I know pariahs. Pariahs is another name for null, which is when they aren't connected to the warp, and they cause psychers to go crazy when they're around them. Let me look up the others. Pelagers, or Warhammer. I was about to say Mass Effect because my other one. Pelagers. Just because I'm interested in this. 1 second, let me do the research on this. So I quickly looked up Pelasiers, and they're basically Ogrins, but they can breathe underwater because they like come from mostly water worlds. Felinids are basically cat people that I guess they're used for like snipers and agility work, assassins, stuff like that, because they have better reflexes and they have natural claws that can be used as weapons and stuff. And Troths are from a specific world where they have the ability to have like wood skin and they can eat from the earth somehow. Like they're almost like treants or tree monster people, but still human, I guess. That's interesting though. And this mutation has not been properly studied and is missing from the catalog. I'm not registering a basis for delaying the commencement of immediate genetic purification. I recommend launching a thorough investigation into the genetic makeup of this forbidden strain. So resettle them where the crowds will not tear them apart. Heart of the Nameless. This item increases lore of Xenos by 10, and if they're in iconoclast adherent, it increases all skills by plus 10 instead. That's actually insane for me, I think. I think I'm an adherent iconoclast. Take the required number of these wretches for study and let the others work. Cassia, please share your knowledge of the Genitor's craft with my servants. It'll give us efficiency, we'll lose security, and I get plus 10 Medicaid. And this is the same thing, but reverse. Take the required number of these wretches to be studied by the Adeptus Mechanicus, destroy the rest. I'll do this. Resettle the wretches into separate agri complexes where the crew will not tear them apart, and we will study them. We get security, and we get something that'll increase all my skills by plus 10. I feel these monkey have been touched by something wondrous. The mutants were resettled to distant agri complexes where their unorthodox appearance will not put them in danger of being massacred by the serfs. The mutants were put under surveillance. One of the watchmen spotted a mysterious relic in the hands of a group of wretches that turned out to be an item of Xenos origin. It is unlikely the mutants understood the nature of the object they worshipped. Awesome. Now we can do this. This will give us a contract and a bunch of chemicals which we need in Promethium. Just for some provisions. And this stuff starts blocking. Let me see. This gives us some med kits. Chemicals, profit factor. It's worth kind of a lot though. This we need more with the Casbilica mission. But we get another grenade. Casbilica mission, more chemicals and profit. Honestly, I think I would take that over it. So I just need more with the Casbilica for that. For this, I need 3 chemicals for efficiency on each planet. So this blocks that. This would give me Drusians. Psi rating is increased by +1 against demons, and for each rank of dogmatic. So that'd be good on Heinrichs, but not on, what's her name? Idira. Could maybe be good against, or could be good on, what's her name as well? Cassia. I gained the advice of Dark Sages. All allies deal more damage to Xenos. Profit factor and Xenos tech. Or do I want chemicals, profit factor, and med kits? I'll select probably that. I have to get giants for this, but this will give me a lot of provisions. So I'll do this. Legend has it that House Winterscale holds the secrets of gas factoriums, workshops in which tons of organic raw materials pass through fermentation vats, hot rollers, and pressure exhaust to yield valuable chemicals. This sacred technology could enable Janus to produce enormous volumes of promethium. However, only the most skillful and highest paid smugglers will be up to the task of stealing this treasure. That probably will make them aggressive towards me too, but it's whatever. And for this I need... I don't know which one I was gonna go for. This one? If it's this one, I need adamantine and profit factor. This one's decent. I just need more people. And this I need more people. But I don't think I want this one. So yeah. Okay. Inventory, did we get something new? I don't even know if we got cool weapons or not. Oh yeah, I got this. I need to put on. Oh, and it's not an amulet, so I can take this off. The anatomy tome. So everything's plus 10. Look at that. Oh boy. That looks nice. Okay. And boots. Uses a navigator power. They gain plus 15% dodge. Perception dodge. Actually would be, this would give me more, I think. Because that'd be my perception bonus. Which is plus 6 each time. I only need to hit 3 guys with my gaze, and that's easily better. Ugh. Strength. Does Abelard need that? Let me just double check. It's 10 to 8. You don't get bleed or all of that. So yeah, let me put these on then. Also, you can get rid of that. This. And these. Because I got 2 heavy armors. If people come in with heavy armor, they're going to use these 2 instead. Do I got any more heavy armor? Yeah, I think these are all light. Okay. Tech use. Logic or tech use? Tech use is actually kind of crazy right now, but that's because of this. And that's fine. I lost 15 tech use, but I made up for it with damage for effects, I feel like, which is pretty high. Warp lore and a penalty to willpower resistance. I mean, go ahead. Whenever the wearer suffers a critical hit, well, I don't want you to get hit is the main goal, so is there anything else? Bonus damage to humans. I thought I got another thing for warp lore, but I guess it's something else. Maybe I gave it to someone else already. I think you can do better than whenever you do an attack, you get health back. Critical hit chance. This could be better. Or awareness. You got terrible awareness, so that won't help. You got good Medicaid. So I think honestly I'll do that, because you do kill a lot of humans. When the wearer gains a stack, they get plus 10 toughness for 2 rounds. What's your thing? Yo, melee attack. Slowed. Okay, I think that's good. Let's go to unknown ships. Lord Captain, we have an Imperial Navy squadron preparing to engage a pirate mob. The forces of both flotillas are comparable. Do you wish to intervene? Hailing the commander of the Imperial Navy forces, who are you trying to... Sorry about that. Lord Captain, we have an Imperial Navy squadron. I said that. Okay. Green's rogue trader, we have tracked down a gang of murderers led by the notorious criminal Lucretia van der Roysen. This woman is responsible for many atrocities, including the murder of her own father, the planetary governor of the imperial world of Selachor. She's conspired with Void Rabble, helped them commit a massacre on her home planet, became their leader, and now she is running amok. I invite you to join me in bringing her to justice. I'm hailing the commander or the gang boss or whoever is in charge of you Void scoundrels. Your lordship, this is Princess Lucretia van der Roysen. I beg you, do not remain on the sidelines. That old ruffian Admiral Sarhol is willing to kill thousands of people just to get me. He is not a force of justice. He is obsessed with his own personal desires. He has been stalking me for years. He got my father to agree to our wedding, and even now refuses to give up. Please protect me and the handful of freedom fighters like myself. We do not want to be ruled by tyrants like Sarhol. interesting. We'll pick up here next time. Thank you guys for watching.